Hello and welcome to another episode of Mad Scientist Brewing Beer Education Series. In today's video, we're going to be looking at one of my favorite styles, the Belgian Dark Strong Ale, otherwise known as the Belgian Quad or Belgian Quadruple. I've got a sample of the Footbridge Trapdoor, which is not Westmalle, an American example of this style, but it is a particularly Belgian and Trappist style. So cheers. All right, let us look at some of the vital statistics of this beer style. All right, this style is going to have an ABV of 8.0 to 12.0, which gives it a high to very high alcohol level. Its original gravity will be 1.075 to 1.110, or 18.2 to 25.9 degrees Plato. Its final gravity will be 1.010 to 1.024, or 2.6 to 6.1 degrees Plato. It has an IBU range of 20 to 35, with a perceived bitterness being low. It has an SRM value of 12 to 24, giving it an amber to brown color. For sensory notes, appearance-wise, this is going to have a deep amber to deep coppery brown color, usually with a huge, dense, moussey, and persistent cream to light tan-colored head. It's also going to be usually clear, although sometimes it might be hard to tell with the darker colors of the style. This style has a great aroma here with a complex and fairly intense mix of rich maltiness and deep fruit, accentuated by spicy phenols and alcohol. The malt character is moderately high to high and has a deep, bready, toasty base with dark caramel notes. Esters are strong to moderately low and reminiscent of raisins, figs, plums, dried cherries, dates, or prunes, basically any kind of a dried fruit. Spicy phenols like black pepper or vanilla may be present as low to moderate background character. And a soft, spicy, perfumey, or rose-like alcohol is low to moderate. Hops are not usually very noticeable in this style, but if present, can add a light, spicy, floral, or herbal character. Flavor-wise, this is a rich and complex malty flavor beer, but not heavy in the finish. The flavor character is similar to the aroma. It's moderately malty rich on the palate, which can have a sweet impression if the bitterness is particularly low. Usually moderately dry to dry finish, although it may be up to moderately sweet in some examples. It has medium-low to moderate bitterness, with alcohol providing some balance to the malt. Generally malty-rich balance overall, but can be fairly even with bitterness. For mouthfeel, this has a high carbonation, but not a sharp one. It is smooth, but with noticeable alcohol warmth. The body can range anywhere from medium light to medium full and creamy, with the typical example being a medium-bodied beer. Characteristic ingredients for this. Usually it has a simple grain bill, typically just Pilsner malt as far as grain is concerned, with most of the flavor and color coming from caramelized sugar syrup and the spicy-estery Belgian yeast. Continental hops like Hallertau and Saaz are often used here. And the style typically doesn't use spices unless you're using a seasonal winter version, as we covered in a previous video with seasonal winter beers. For the history on the style, the West-Vleteren Trappist monastery began brewing a version of this beer after World War II, with Chimay and Rochefort adding theirs shortly afterward. Other monastic breweries produced their versions at the end of the 20th century, though some secular breweries began making similar versions in the 1960s. For style comparison, this is like a bigger Belgian double with a fuller body and enhanced malt richness. It's not as hoppy or bitter as a Belgian triple, but it has similar strength. Lastly, some classic examples. You have Chimay Blue, Rochefort 10, St. Bernardist Abbot 12, and West-Vleteren 12, all of which come from Belgium. All right, that covers this style. I did not mention my usual winter seasonal version of my homebrew beer, the Long December, which is of this style, the spiced. I'm not having that now because I'm saving that for Christmas Day. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So until next time, if you celebrate it, have a Merry Christmas. Otherwise, Happy Holidays, Happy Yule, which is actually today. And until next time, cheers.